Faith, a belief without evidence. Part 2. So, quick recap. Craig made a video called What is Faith in Christian Terms? There's no such thing as belief without evidence. I respond with a video called Faith, a belief without evidence. He responds with a half response to me, exploration of spiritual experiences. And now it's this video that you're now watching, and here we go. Oh, this video is the response to that video. Yeah, okay. I put a disclaimer in the description of this video. Please read it before proceeding with the rest of the video. Read the disclaimer, then proceed. Oh my word, read the disclaimer in the description of this video, then proceed. Here we go. Okay, so this person has had an experience, and they believe it's from G. G could be anything. In this case, G is going to be God. Jaded skeptic responds that they have no proof that it's from G. There's no test, no evidence, no logical argument. It's just a belief. Believer says agree that they can't prove it, but that's not the point. I don't care that you don't believe it. I do. It's something amazing. It's so cool, this experience. It's just, wow, it changed my life, and I believe that it's from God, and that's amazing, and I don't care that you don't believe it, and I didn't put any of that in the comic. Next panel. Yes, you do in fact believe that it's from G. You admit you have no proof that it's from G, so your experience is not proof of G. Therefore, you believe that it is G and have no proof that it's G. Explain my experience with mundane things, and you can't. Your examples are crazy. You atheists change the word faith all the time. Oh my word, how you... It's not up to me to explain it away. Burden of proof is upon you to show that it is from G. You have not done so, and do not care that you have not done so. This experience is natural unless it's shown to be anything else. You made that statement without thinking. I said, I don't care what you believe. You're missing the point. Faith is based on evidence. What evidence? The evidence that I had that experience. You have to explain how that it is natural with an explanation that makes sense. No, I don't. You must show that said experience is from G. You either cannot or will not. You have faith that it's from G. Thus, it's not evidence. Oh my word, he exploded! Must be aliens. Do you have evidence that it was aliens? Yes, he exploded! You must explain how it's not aliens! The first video said that there's no such thing as belief without evidence, but there is belief without evidence. You have a belief that this experience came from something called God. You don't have evidence that that's the case. You caring or not caring that you don't have that evidence is irrelevant. Your other feelings regarding the matter are also irrelevant. This is about what is the fact, not whether or not you think I came up with good possible alternatives, which wasn't my point. My point was you don't know what this is. You haven't done any test on it. You haven't done any experiment. No evidence at all about this experience. Plenty of people can have experiences like you've had with or without a God belief. That suggests that it's natural. In fact, I'd go a bit further. The only thing that we know of for sure is that the natural world is a thing. Beyond that, we don't know. There hasn't been any proof that there's anything more to it than just the natural. The burden still lies upon you. It might cause you cognitive dissonance to realize that you have faith that is a belief without evidence, but that's the way it is. You don't have an argument, you don't have proof, you don't have tests. You had an experience. We both agree. You believe that the experience came from something. I agree that you believe that. I do not know where your experience came from. Neither do you. You simply have a belief from where it came from. That's why I say that your faith is without evidence. The experience, in and of itself, is not proof of anything. That's the point that I made before, and it's the point that I'm making here again. You do not have evidence that your experience came from anything other than your own brain. You do not have any tests to show that your experience came from anything other than your own brain. You do not have a valid and sound argument that your experience came from anything other than your own brain. You have a belief. You admitted this. And that's my point. Faith is a belief without evidence. You had an experience that you then believe came from something else. Okay, that's still a belief without evidence. The experience part is simply irrelevant. Unless and until we have empirical evidence, repeatable tests, or valid and sound argument, we must be skeptical of your conclusions.